All right, in this lesson, we're going to improve the lexical resource, your vocabulary building, and we're going to look at a few activities that will help you to improve your lexical resource. So let's start the lesson. Activities that we're going to look at are communicative crosswords. So you must have done crosswords and do the crosswords. If you have a newspaper, if you buy a newspaper, or even online, you can download some apps where you can do crosswords. They're a really great opportunity for you to improve your lexical resource. It's a great opportunity to build your vocabulary. Number two, we're going to look at describing objects. And number three, we are going to learn how to define words, paraphrase, and synonyms. Most of it is going to be homework for you. And then you will do the homework and Q&A. You can post your answers if you want to for me to review those. All right, let's just look at some of the things. So communicative crosswork, if candidates do not remember the word that they need while speaking, sometimes what happens is your mind freezes and you can't remember the word. They should try to explain what they mean by a definition or paraphrasing or a description. So this exercise practices defining, right? So if you forgot the word that you were trying to use while you were speaking, you should be able to explain what it is. What are you talking about? So these are some phrases that you can use to explain what you're talking about. It's stuff for doing something, or is stuff to do something, or is stuff that you use. Yeah, you should use all of these phrases. It's a thing for, it's a thing to, it's a thing that, it's a place where people go to visit. It's a person who repairs cars, for example. If you've got, let's say, mechanic, you can say the person who repairs the car helped me. Yeah, it can happen to you. If you forget the word, you should be able to use all of these phrases. It's a thing which, it's a way of doing things. Yeah, just remember, with it's a way of, you will have to use ing form of verb, right? And it's a word that means you can explain the definition of the word instead of the word itself. Yeah, as long as you do that, you will still gain good marks for your vocabulary, because you're trying to, at least you're able to explain it. All right, let's do this activity. Do this on your own. This is your homework, so I won't be sharing answers for this, but you will be able to do this crossword. Try to do this crossword and see if you can come up with vocabulary practice. Let's do another one. So do this as a homework as well. Look at the words going down in your crossword together. Think of definition of these words and practice saying them. Also, for example, some of the words are given to you, garage, for example. So if you wanted to explain it, think about how you would explain it, right? Where I park my car, for example. Yeah, things like that. On number 4 is, let's say, maintain. The things that we do to be able to keep things running. That's the process. It's called maintain, right? To maintain something. So think about how you're going to explain. If you forgot these words, how you're going to be able to explain those words, all right? Let's do this activities as homework. And if you wanted to reach out with your answers in Q&A, post your answers and get in touch with me, and I will provide feedback for these. All right, let's think about objects, right? So sometimes you have object in mind and you're trying to explain it to someone. How would you explain? So you can talk about color, blue, red, etc. Reddish. If it's red color, you could say reddish. It's a reddish thing, for example. If you're talking about shapes, you can talk about shapes: rectangular, circular, triangular, etc. The materials, it is made of wood, metal, plastic, etc. If you're talking about size, it's the same size as something else. You can give a reference of something else. It's bigger or smaller than something else, right? Use, you can talk about its use case. It's used for cooking. It's used in the kitchen. It's used to mix food, etc., etc. Qualities, it is portable. It is waterproof, it is edible, it is recyclable. Comparison, it looks like, and you can compare it with some other object. It's similar to, you can compare it with the object, and it's a bit like. So what in this exercise, what I want you to do is, this is a homework as well. Choose a picture of an object and describe it to your partner. Just describe yourself, because this is an online course. You wouldn't have a partner. So describe as much as detail as you can. Try to describe using, color, shape, material, size, use, qualities, and comparison. It actually, when you're describing something, actually gives you time as well to explain something. So if you were out of ideas in your 2 minutes, for example, it's a great way to expand your response by describing the object, for example. Right. All right. This activity is also a homework. In this activity, I want you to look at all of these words and try to explain to them using the same phrases that I gave you. It's a bit like, for example, try to explain who is a graduate. So a person who completes a study, for example, if I wanted to, I'll just give you one example for graduate. A person who finishes his studies and he gets a degree, and after that he celebrates and he studies for 4 years, and after that is presented with a degree. That is the person that I'm talking about. It's a graduate, right? So that's how you would explain if you forgot the word. But even if you knew the word and you wanted to buy some time in your speaking test and you wanted to explain something, you should be able to then explain and get some ideas of what I can do in my 2 minutes of time. All right. So have a go at this. This is the end of this. This is the end of this lesson, and use this as a great opportunity for you to be able to learn the skill of explaining things, to describe things, and all of these words. Try to do it as a homework in Q&A. Write down if how you would describe it. I'm happy to hear from you. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.